This is your 5-minute explanation of Queendomino. Let's start with the basics. The game from MINDOK is for 2 to 4 players ages 8 and up. The average game time is 25 minutes, and the objective of the game is to score the highest amount of points by building your kingdom. The game contains 1 queen, 1 dragon, 1 scorepad, 4 sets of kings, 4 starting tiles, 4 castles, coins for the bank, which include 1s, 3s, and 9s, 48 game dominoes, 22 knights, 15 towers, 32 construction tiles, and 1 construction tile board. To set up the game, take the construction board and place it where all players have access to it. Shuffle the construction tiles and place them face down, gray side up, on the left side of the board. Place the dragon in his den on the left side of the board. Place the queen on the opposite side of the board. Now take the top 6 construction tiles and place them in order starting on the right, still facing gray side up. Next, each player chooses their color. They take their king, their colored starting tile, and their castle. Players place their castle on top of their starting tile. Each player also receives 1 knight and coins adding up to a value of 7. Now shuffle all of the game dominoes. Place them in the box so that the players only see the number side up. Players then need to choose the order of play for the first round. The order will change in each round of the game based on play. The gameplay is mostly the same for 2, 3, or 4 players. First, we'll go over a 4-player game and then later explain how the 2 and 3-player games are different. Take the first 4 game dominoes from the box and place them face down, numbers up, in the center of the playing area. Arrange the dominoes from lowest to highest, with the lowest number being on the top and the highest number being on the bottom. The higher number tiles have better opportunities for scoring points, but the lower number tiles will allow you to have your turn earlier in the round. Next, flip over the tiles. Each player chooses in their turn which domino they wish to acquire. They place their king on the domino that they want. Once all 4 have been claimed, take the next 4 dominoes and repeat the process. Lay them face down, arrange the order, and then flip them over. Now the player who has their king on the lowest numbered domino, the top position, will get to take their king and their domino. They will then place their domino adjacent to their castle. It can be placed horizontal or vertical. Any type of land can touch the castle. Once they play their domino into their kingdom, they then select which of the new dominoes they wish to acquire by placing their king on it. The rest of the players will follow the same way. Once all 4 players have gone, get the next 4 dominoes from the box and repeat the process. This will continue throughout the game until all of the dominoes have been drawn from the box and played. Now let's take a look at the layout of your kingdom. In a 4-player game, player kingdoms cannot exceed a 5x5 grid. There are several types of land on the tiles. When placing tiles, they will need to match one of the squares that they are connected to. The castle is wild, so any type of land can touch the castle. If a player gets a tile that cannot be placed within the kingdom, that tile is discarded. These red dominoes are where you can build construction tiles. Construction tiles can provide lots of different opportunities for points, as well as generate money by providing new knights and getting control of the queen, which provides lower construction costs and an extra crown for scoring. When a player is taking their turn, if they already have a red tile available in their kingdom, they can choose to buy one of the construction tiles. The cost of the tile is listed on the board. They pay the appropriate amount for the tiles. They take the tile and see if it provides any towers or knights. If it does, collect those. Then flip the tile over and place it on the red domino space within your kingdom. At the end of each round, if a construction tile has been purchased, slide all of the tiles down and place the next construction tile into the row of available tiles for purchase. When someone receives a tower, they place it on one of their tiles in their kingdom. The first person to do this also takes possession of the queen. While this person has the queen, they get a discount on any future purchases so long as they maintain possession of the queen. Each construction tile will cost one less when in possession of the queen. If another player builds a tower in their kingdom equal to or greater than the player who possesses the queen, that person then takes possession of the queen. A player can use one of their knights to tax the land. At the start of their turn, they can choose to place a knight onto their kingdom. Whichever land they place it on, they would then receive 1 coin for each square of that type of land that it is connected to. Only 1 knight can be placed per square. A player can also use the dragon to remove one of the construction tiles from the board. It costs 1 coin. The reasons for doing it can be done for many different strategies. A player on the beginning of their turn can pay the coin, remove the dragon from his den, remove the tile that he wishes to burn, and put the dragon in its place. The player who has the queen cannot bribe the dragon. The dragon can only be bribed once per round. At the end of the round, the dragon returns to his den and the construction tiles are sorted as normal. Once the dominoes have all been played, it's time to do the scoring. Use the scorepad to write down each player's scores for easy adding. Here's a breakdown of how each section works. For every 3 coins not played at the end of the game, a player will get 1 point. The next 6 sections are calculated the same way. For example, the hayfield, count the number of squares in that area, and then multiply it by how many crowns are in that same area. If you have more than one area of the same type, do the same thing for both areas, then add them together for the score. If you are in possession of the queen at the end of the game, you can place her on one of your land areas and count her as an extra crown. If you built a building that has a crown on it, you can then use the red spaces the same way you did as the other type of land areas. Some of the buildings have these X's on them with a number shield. If you have one of these, you count the total number of areas that you have of that land type and give yourself the number of points listed. So for example, if you had 2 areas of water and this construction tile, you would receive 2 points per area for a total of 4 points. If you have built the walking castle, you get to count the total number of towers that you have and give yourself that many points. If you have built the armory, you get to count the total number of knights you have for the appropriate amount of points. And some tiles are just worth a certain amount of points without counting anything. Add up all of the scores, and whoever has the highest score is the winner. For a 3-player game, the play is the same. The only difference is in each round, if a tile is not selected, then it is discarded. For a 2-player game, players use 2 kings. So in each round, they will select 2 tiles. Another difference is that in a 2-player game, the kingdom is a 7x7 grid. So those are the basics. Now, let's play.